Alright, we are going to freak Greg out today and actually started a little bit early. And the very first thing I got to do is show Alkalis something. So we got to go upstairs and y'all get to see some of the stuff we haven't put together yet. That's crazy. Apparently has run out of room downstairs to build shit, so now she's building it upstairs. This is the ore washing plant. And it's not forming. And I was looking at the tooltip. And first off, the tooltip is wrong in one way or another. Because it says size is 7 by 2 by 5. Open in the center. If I remember correctly from the pictures that I seen of him posting about this, the open should say water. Should say open with water, because I do believe you're supposed to have water up here in this part, because, well, it's an ore washing plant. It needs water. Also, if you look at the picture down below, which is supposed to be a picture of how this thing looks from the front, which you might want to have one from the side as well, so you know that the side is completely full, I guess. But that's 3 high, not 2 high. So I'm going to try to take the very top off and put in just a dual layer, which should not matter. The extra layer should not be looked at. Let me put these in here and get rid of this water. And then we can take the top layer off and see if it works. I've moved the casings around to different places everywhere, and that hasn't gotten it to work. No, I probably did not see what you posted, Yoshi. I am freaked out now because you aren't late. Totally a lot and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure you really are. There isn't a rare occasion when I'm not late. Doesn't happen very often, but there is that rare occasion. Alright, so I'm going to move these back down here to the bottom. And we'll break these out just for shits and giggles of it. Hi, Ghost. Hi, Lorenus. Hi, Greg and Yoshi, even though 2 of you didn't say hi. Rude bastards. Alright. Where the hell is my chainsaw? Why am I punching this shit? Get the hell out of here. So much faster. Alright. So, now we have what the tooltip says instead of shows. Still doesn't work. This thing is all screwed up. I have no idea what that's supposed to be showing you. But you notice it says controller front centered, which it is. Input bus, output bus, maintenance, and energy is the only hatches, and they can all be in any. There's the energy, there's the input, there's the output, and there's the maintenance. So I have no idea why this thing isn't forming. Let me go ahead and put the water back in this top part here. And Alkalis is on his phone right now, so he's unable to join for the stream. He said he'd watch it later and see if he can figure out what the problem is. Alright, so do this and this. And now it's full of water. And like I said, I don't think it's checking the water because it still isn't forming. But The other thing about this is if you look at the tooltip, it says it's 80% faster than using single block machines of the same voltage. Now there's two things that I would do personally to the ore washing plant. I would not have it do a single crushed ore 80% faster. I would do stacks at a time rather than singles, so it is faster if you do like an entire vein's worth rather than just doing singles. That would make it a lot faster because it's doing just it's doing a stacks in a singles time, but it's not really going to be any faster if you just throw in ones and twos, you know, and then have it, you know, a little bit longer time to do the whole stack than it does a single. That way it comes out to maybe 80%-ish faster. And the other thing I would do is something Greg did in GT6 for the thermal centrifuge, and that is take away the overclocking penalty for doing a higher voltage. Give us an incentive to go to a higher voltage. So there's like a one-time overclock fee, and then anything above that you feed it is just, you know, cherry. What if the water needs to be flowing? Can you do a check for that in a multi-block, Greg? Yeah, GT++ is awesome. When the things work great, I love it. It's just some of these multi-blocks are giving me a freaking headache. If it can check for something like that in a multi-block, Greg, I'll try it. I wish I knew how to read code a little bit better, because I could go and check the code, and if it needed flowing water, I wouldn't know which blocks to leave flowing and which blocks to leave not flowing, you know? Let's do this. Now there is one thing that he added that we'll be going over here in a little bit that is something GregTech5 has needed for quite a while. And if I can figure out where Crazy puts all of her stuff, I'm going to make one today so we can look at it. It can check for any block in a multi-block, even flowing water, as flowing water is a water block with metadata. Oh, okay. Well, obviously that isn't it, or if it is, it's checking for something different than the way I've got it. The sifter does work. Crazy checked that out this morning. That was the next thing for me to show, is that the multi-block sifter is now working. We have it right here, and as you can see, it has formed. So I just need to get this one hooked up, and then we'll have our multi-block sifter running, and we'll probably, me and Crazy will probably do a video this evening of hooking it up and running it. While we're on gems, I want to show something that was added. Let's look up sapphire. But that's how you spelled sapphire. Alright, so the biggest thing in GT5 was sapphires. Give me a sec, Greg. Is flawless sapphires and exquisite sapphires. They are used to make Lapotron energy crystals. So the biggest thing with them is needing them for making these. So we've been eating up sapphire veins like you wouldn't believe, just trying to get these flawless and flawed, or exquisites, to do that. Well, apparently now they have added a way of making them in an implosion compressor. You can now make flawless loss. There's a loss to it in the implosion compressor. And apparently you can even do the lower tiers up to the better tiers. There you go. So you can take 3 flawed and make 1 regular. And you can do the dust as well, like you could before. And I think you can even do the chipped into the flawed. Yeah, you can. 3 to 1. Yes, it's already on Discord. And it's also already in my GT5 pack. So we have like a bunch of sapphires. We've got 12 stacks of sapphires from doing this. So we're going to turn all of them into flawed or flawless. And I think she's already gotten rid of all the flawed and chipped. And we've got 8 stacks of dust. So we can turn that into sapphires and then turn them into better sapphires as well. Another thing that they did today. Oh yeah. The color. This is made out of I can't remember the name. Grissom plate. This is some weird alloy that he made. It's supposedly a really realistic alloy, but I've never heard of it. He's been finding these strange alloys that nobody ever hears of and adds them in. Let's see. So it's 9 titanium, 8 carbon, 9 potassium, 9 lithium, and 9 sulfur to make 7,200 liters of Grissom. And then it's also got that other alloy that's in there. What the hell's that other one? This one. Kaolinite. Let's see what this shit is. Wait a minute. Where's the... There's not a blasting recipe for this stuff? I'll have to ask him about that. Because just about everything is supposed to be in that alloy blast smelter. So this one is 4 cobalt, 3 chrome, 1 molybdenum, and 2 phosphorus. And that gives you 10 dust. So that's another issue, is you can't make this stuff in the blast smelter, which is supposed to have every recipe that's in a furnace in it as well. Let's see. They fixed the pipes apparently. Well, Wikipedia can't find Grissom. Well, I don't know where he found it. You'd have to ask him. I know it's a mixer recipe, but it still should be in the blast smelter, crazy. So now, supposedly, we can... Oh, you can't open to air. But you can close them off. You can disconnect them and reconnect them. So that means that we should be able to get rid of most of this paper stuff. Like I should be able to take this off of here. Let me get my crowbar. I should be able to pop that off of there and that one off of there, and they won't automatically connect. So that is awesome that we can now do that, and should work with the fluid pipes. For some reason, I'm not quite sure why, but they decided for wires you had to use a soldering iron, which is annoying as shit because of this functionality that they did. As if the pipe hitbox being annoying wasn't bad enough. Now, if you hold a soldering iron, your pipes and your wires turn into this little bitty shoestring thing. But apparently, let's crowbar this off of here. And you can disconnect. Really? I swear that's what they said, was use a soldering iron to connect and disconnect wires. Well, it's not wire cutters like it's supposed to be. Do I actually have to have the soldering alloy to do this? That'll really suck if they did it that way. You like those wires and pipes? They're kind of gay, if you ask me. They annoy the shit out of me. I freaked out the first time I seen it. I was like, what the fuck happened? Why are my pipes all rendered stupid? I thought they broke something. Let's see. Antimony. 1 of you. And 10. I need 9 of you. And you know, I'm going to have so much paper around this place when I go through and take all this off of here now. We're going to have stacks of paper we have no use for, because we've made so much damn paper just so we could do this. It's going to make things look a lot nicer, though. Took a lot of people fighting to get them to actually do that. And supposedly they didn't borrow code from GT6. They just rewrote code. They said it would be easier to do. So I don't think it's going to have the fact that Greg's pipes in GT6 don't send to slosh infinitely. I don't think we're going to have that. They're probably still going to slosh like unbelievably terrible. And I think the rendering of the quadruple and nanuples is a bit messed up. I got to look at that. These are small, so these should be able to make nanuples. Oh yeah, it's much easier to rewrite their code than to steal my code. See, I'd have just stole your damn code. I'm that kind of jerk. Well, I probably wouldn't actually steal it. I would use it as inspiration. So they're having the same issue you had, Greg, where if they're not connected to anything, they look like hell. But then once you connect them, they look proper. So they look like they're all open when they're not connected. Now, I have no idea how well they work. I haven't tried that yet. And can we... Damn, I was hoping there was a way to take them apart. Since you're not technically doing anything to put them together, you should be able to take them apart. Now let's go see if this works now. And if this actually takes soldering iron, this is gonna, or soldering alloy, this is gonna suck. Huh? Redstone at side set to 3. Side 3 set to strong. Huh? It's a wire. Why is it putting out redstone? Okay, I am completely confused now. As I swear in the thing, that's what it said you had to do to connect wires together. Alright, let's try wires that aren't already connected. Hold on. Maybe you can't disconnect them. You can only connect them, which wouldn't make sense. Oh, wait a minute. The wires not connecting thing was a config option. All wires will still automatically connect unless you turn the config option on. That's the problem. Later, Renan. I forgot all about that. It just popped in my dome that only the pipes is a default on. The wires is default to off. So they're still going to connect automatically. How much redstone is she doing? Holy crap. Crazy's been on a redstone fix this month. She eats up my redstone quicker than I can mine it for her. Alright, now there is no change log, so I have to go back and look at Discord at all the commits and see what is in here. So let's go to GT5 real quick. I could probably do it easier by going to actual GitHub, but this will work. So that's what I can remember from GT5 updates. I think there were some other ones, but that's what I can remember. Oh, one I did forget. This is something that Supercoder did. There is now a gasoline, apparently. How in the hell do you find gasoline? Gasoline. Okay, so now you can make gasoline apparently, which is raw gasoline cell and toluene makes your gasoline. The toluene comes from oil processing. Raw gasoline is going to come from mixing naphtha cells, refinery gas cells, methanol cell, and acetone cell. 16 to 1 and 1, and that gives you your raw gasoline. Which, why isn't it light fuel? Why is it naphtha? Wouldn't it be light fuel? Or shouldn't it be light fuel? I'll have to ask Supercoder about that. But that gives you your raw gasoline. And then once you get your regular gasoline, you can mix that with an octane cell, which I have no idea how to get yet, a nitrous oxide cell, a toluene cell, and ethyl tert butyl ether. Right. And that gives you high octane gasoline. And then that is going to burn for 768,000 EU per cell, where the regular gasoline will burn for 384,000, and the raw gasoline you apparently can't burn for anything, which doesn't really make sense. You should be able to burn it as well. So I'll have to ask him about that as well. Alright, so where are those weird things that I just couldn't figure out what they are? Okay, an octane cell is severely hydrocracked light fuel at 100 to 2, kiss my ass. Lightly hydrocracked light fuel, which is 100 to 10, It's better, but you can still kiss my ass. And moderately hydrocracked light fuel at 100 to 5. Yeah, I don't think I'll be making that shit, thanks. Or you can run the light fuel through a distillation tower and get naphtha, octane, ethane, propane, butane, and methane. Thanks, I have enough distillation towers. I won't be making the high octane fuel because I'm not wasting my light fuel when I can just burn that shit straight. Nitrous oxide I know how to make. What the hell is this crap? This crap is ethanol and butane. Well, we have plenty of both of those. But this octane shit, there's no way I'm making that crap. I am just processing everything and more redstone. Add more redstone to the ore washers. Are you kidding me? We got 42 stacks of redstone. Holy shit. Why don't you just put the whole damn thing up here? Why are you using a chest? I thought I was the one with the chest. Wait a minute, never mind. I'm gonna get hushed in a minute if I don't shut up. And I can hear the hush coming. I thought we had more than one ore washer. We seriously only have one? Apparently. Okay, so that was that. I wonder if Super Coder's on today. Let's see if he's on right now. Says he's away. Let's holler at him anyways. Let's see if he answers. Alright, so let's go back and see what other changes we have here. Alright, so the pipes and the cable things. Quadruple, nanopole, fixed item pipes, tick time customization. I have no idea what that means. Let's look at the actual commit. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's a whole lot of code I can't read. GT meta pipe entity item integer add ID string a name. Yeah, I know all that. I haven't got into coding enough to understand what they're making, how they're changing it not tick yet. So somehow they're supposedly fixing item pipes ticking. I've never heard them tick. I know what it means. Just being a dumbass. Let's see. The changes that Supercoder did to the magic energy absorber are in this pack, or in this update, that we already had in the unofficial version that he made for us. Let's see, the gasoline that we just talked about is in here. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the group, by the way. Resistor recipe. Supposedly there was a resistor recipe change.
That's why you started echoing. I opened the stream and thing was going, why are you that twice?
So now you can make 12 resistors with 4 fine copper wire and charcoal dust, regular coal dust, or carbon dust. Crazy will love that one because we got carbon coming out of very strange orifices.
Is that a GT5 update or from GT++?
This is GT5.
Oh my.
I don't think the SMDs changed because they've always been carbon and fine electrum wire, I do believe.
No, yeah, probably have.
So this is maybe this may not be something that Crazy actually uses, because I don't think she makes the integrated logic circuits anymore.
But they might be worth using instead of the SMDs for some of the recipes, since they are much cheaper now to make.
Yeah, she does the microprocessors.
Yeah, but you can do those with the regular transistors instead of SMD as well. But you need all of the regular ones and not only one of them.
Well, she's doing the fine copper wire SoC and plastic circuit board. There's no resistors needed for that one.
Oh, yeah.
She does make the integrated processor for the good circuit one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so she can use them there. Holy crap, chat blew up while I'm not looking. Yeah, I knew I was going to get hushed by somebody. Under the paper maker, the other ore washer is on the floor. Okay. So that's a nice change. Oh, there is another ore washer. Okay. I'll throw some in there too for you. There you go. Until we get that big ore washer working, that is. Let me see what else.
A big ore washer?
Yeah, that's a GT++ thing.
Oh. Now you had me excited.
Yes, Crazy, you were supposed to be using the SoCs for that. She just goes, am I supposed to be using the SoCs? Yes, Crazy. Yes, you were. As a microprocessor, you can do it with a plastic, a central processor, an SMD of 3 different kinds, and the fine copper at 60. Or you can do the SoC one, which is so much cheaper on copper, which is only 4 SoCs and 2 fine copper wire. So, and
but
you
SoCs,
get 4 of them.
How are those made?
SoC is an SoC wafer cuts into 10 SoC chips, and the SoC wafer is glowstone doped with yellow garnet lens.
Oh, that's easy enough.
At 1920 EU.
Yeah, the only issue there would be that you require EV engravers, but that shouldn't be.
Yeah, we have.
Is it only Naquata dope wafers you can use?
No. That's something that just changed this time. I do believe is in
because
this
mine
update.
Only shows Naquata for those SoC chips wafers.
Yeah, see, you used to be able to do in the update before today, the SoCs were only Naquata doped wafer to 4 SoCs, right?
To 1 wafer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well now it's 1 Naquata gives you 4 wafers.
And 1 wafer gives 6 SoC chip things.
Oh yeah, they made SoCs much better.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
I didn't remember SoC being viable before.
Yeah, because now you get 1 SoC wafer from a glowstone doped and 4 from the Naquata doped.
Yeah.
And then you get 10 of the actual chips out of each wafer.
Yeah, okay. That's a bit better.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm sure you still can't make the other chips, though, that we needed Naquata for.
Oh, probably.
But AOCs, I think they were.
Yeah. ASOC.
Yeah, these stupid-ass things. Yeah, only Naquata doped. And a topaz lens.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Naquata is just a pain in the ass to find.
Yeah. I've never seen it. Well, I have seen a few, but there were small ones in the end.
Well, I guess that's why she wasn't using the SoCs if she couldn't make the damn things.
That would make sense.
Why am I throwing shit in the thermal? I thought the thermal was supposed to be doing its thing on its own. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't automated it to do its thing on its own yet. What in the hell's with the quartzite? What the hell are you doing with all this quartzite? Oh yeah, she's just processing whatever I have on the wall. Never mind.
I need my own crazy then. That would be convenient. You know,
Oh, yeah.
stuff being processed while you're not online.
I have no need for
AE
AE system. I have a crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the recipe for the resistors. Let's see. I'm glad you're here and have GT5 open so you can help me with these.
The difference is all...
Supposedly there's a lot of changes to cracking, and none of it sounds like anything I suggested, which sucks. Because mine and NetMC's suggestions sounded a lot better than what we had. And this just sounds like it's making it worse. Supposedly they removed cracking of unsaturated hydrocarbons.
And which is?
I'm trying to figure that out. Give me a sec to look. I'm trying to look in the code again. Okay. Not looking at that code. That code tells me nothing. Holy crap, that was a lot of typing. I do believe the unsaturated is you can't crack butane, ethane, and things like that.
Okay, so those that are usually byproducts already.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I think butane, butadiene, some of the other ones, the only real cracking that what you got out of it after you cracked it was like methane. So now they just have like a centrifuging recipe to get methane from them, or something like that. I can't remember. I'll try to look through here in a second. But we now have cracked naphtha. There is still propane cracked. Severely steamed cracked gas. Oh, there's the cracked ethane, which is one of the ones I thought they got rid of. Because the only thing you can do with cracked ethane is get methane out of it. And holy crap, you get 2,000 methane out of one cracked. I know that was something they were talking about as well. Was that you were going to get a lot more out of these things. For some of the cracking things. So there's cracked heavy.
Cracking actually is more worth it. Except for those. Before it was only really needed if that was the only way to get the byproducts. Otherwise, you just use more input, and no one cared about that.
Yeah, it looks like what they're doing is basically giving you a way to turn everything into methane. Because you can crack shit down and then get methane out of the end result, so the only thing you're having to burn off is the methane itself.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're giving you more out of everything as it goes, so you'd actually be better off to crack it down as far as it would go.
Yeah.
And just burn the methane, which I kind of disagree with, because there should be some loss when you do that.
True.
Not double the gain. There's going to be...
But methane is a pretty good power source in reality as well.
Right, but if you take a hydrocarbon that is, say, a 4-string hydrocarbon, and you break that bond and make it into two bonded hydrocarbon, 2-string hydrocarbon, there's going to be a little bit of loss in the breaking of that chain.
True,
so you're not going to get a full 2.0 out of it. You'd end up with like 1.6.
Yeah, but I think the reason they don't do that is because it makes it very inconvenient to handle the amounts. If you get 1.6 back and you need 1.0, well, one full to process it further, then when you have done it twice, then you can process 3 of them, but have a leftover of 0.2.
Yeah, but this is Greg Tech. We're not supposed to do things just for convenience.
Oh, totally. I wouldn't mind either way. But I think that's why they have done it that way.
Mm. Alright, so let's look at the cracking itself. Because that's what I was hoping had changed, was the way to crack it. Because they made it to where you can crack it in the chemical reactor way too easy. And way too expensive in the cracking unit, which makes no sense. Yeah,
the cracking unit should be just that. It should... One thing is, I think it's okay that you can do it in a chemical reactor, but it should be worth it to do it in a cracking unit.
Other than just giving you exact amounts with no loss.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
It should be faster, cheaper. Since the cracking unit is not that cheap to build either.
No, it's not. And I don't know too many people that actually play Greg Tech 5 without some other mod to get oil.
Yeah.
At least build craft or something.
Pretty much forced to it, because the oil system, while they claim it working as intended, it's horrible now.
Yes, it is quite horrible.
There's nowhere near enough oil in those sources to supply you. Even if you don't use it as fuel, there's not enough to even make epoxy properly.
Probably not. And the fact that you have to have a power source out there to make it work makes it even worse, because you have to build something to shelter it from the rain or it's going to blow up.
Yeah.
And you can't really run wires out there if you're 6 chunks away from your base.
Yeah, that would be insane loss.
So you have to set up your own way of making power out there. And until you get to solar, which you can't do until you get to...
What? You need EV for the ultra-low voltage?
Something like that, yeah.
And you need MV power to power the drill rig, don't you? Yeah. That's a lot of ultra-low voltage.
Yeah.
And they are also very expensive for each of them.
Yeah, we actually are doing that here. Using 8-volt
we use
solar panels.
methane to power ours here. And then a gas turbine.
Alright, so in there it's still 1,000 to 800. Here it's 1,000 to 1,000. 19,200 to do it in the cracking unit. 19,200 to do it in the chemical reactor. So at least now it's the same cost.
Nice. So it's not cheaper, but it's not more expensive either. So
right. So that's at least better.
Is it faster then? Or is it totally EU the same as well?
It is definitely faster because it's HV.
Oh yeah, but I mean the total EU will depend on the time spent with the per tick. So
you
if
have
it's faster and just use more power per tick, it's not really any cheaper.
You have 32 seconds that it takes to do it in a chemical reactor. You have 2 seconds to do it in an oil cracker. So I don't think there's a...
It's not cheaper. Exact same price.
Yeah, there's the only thing that makes it better is if you use the oil cracker, there's no overclocking charge.
Yeah, okay, that is one awesome thing though.
Because if you put it into the chemical reactor at HV, it would cost what? Yeah, 4 times, 8 times, because you're multiplying it twice.
It's twice as much per tier.
Oh, it's twice as much per tier?
Yeah, because it uses 4 times the amount of EU per tick, but it does it in half the time. So effectively, it will be twice as much EU per recipe.
Okay.
Per tier.
So it'll be 4 times the amount of power.
Yeah.
If you do it in a single block, then you do it in here.
Yeah, which adds up quite a bit.
Powering
because
bronze.
you're gonna do those recipes many thousand times.
Yeah. Alright, so at least they found some way of making it more viable to use the oil cracker.
Yeah.
I always thought that the severely cracked should be a higher tier, or that you should have to use a lower tier to do it.
Yeah.
I thought it should be...
And then in the cracking unit, you can skip the lower tiers and go directly to the severely,
right.
For example.
See, my way was let you do the light or the moderate in LV, or light in LV, moderate in MV, severely in HV, or do any of them in the cracking unit. And I actually like NetMC's way better, which is you do the lightly, then you go to the moderately, then you go to the severely. All can be done in LV, but it's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
And a lot of setup, but they didn't apparently take that suggestion, which I wish they would have. But you don't always get what you want. At least it's more viable to do it in a cracking unit. That is good. Let's see.
I haven't needed to crack anything yet here. Well, we did a tiny bit with a chemical reactor for making the first few polyethylene we needed. But ever since then, we haven't cracked anything.
Apparently,
but I guess it'll come soon enough.
They re-enabled being able to crack gas that was actually removed before.
Really?
Apparently, you cannot crack gas in the version you have.
See.
In ours,
refinery gas.
Yeah.
I can put it in the oil cracker.
Huh. Well, that's one of the changes they just did, was they said they re-enabled it.
Maybe this version is prior to the one where they disabled it.
I don't think so, because you should be on 31.
Let me check.
And they increased the yield of the cracked heavy fuel, light fuel.
Yeah, we are 31.
And naphtha, so you get more yield out of the distillation tower for those. And it must be like the butadiene that you can't do, because I don't see that one in here. There is butane, but not the butadiene, and there was another one too that they must have undid that I don't remember the name of. Alright, so that's the cracking things. Configured machine casings? I have no idea what that is. Let's see. Configure machine casing is all it says. I have no idea what in the hell they did to it.
They configured it.
Okay. Configured it to do what?
Now you just want too much detail.
Apparently. Let's see. More flexible large chemical reactor structure. So apparently the large chemical reactor structure can be made differently?
Yes, so.
Let's see.
What mine says.
Control block for the large chemical reactor has the same recipe as the chemical reactor. Recipes as the chemical reactor. Does not lose efficiency when overclocked. Accepts fluids inside instead of fluid cells.
Yeah.
The size is 3x3 by 3.
Yeah.
3x3 by 3 of chemically inert machine casings, hollow, minimum of 8.
Yeah.
Controller front centered.
Yeah.
1 PTFE pipe machine casing inside the hollow casing.
Yeah.
1 copper nickel coil block next to the pipe casing.
Mine says bottom center there.
Okay. So that must be one change, is it doesn't have to be bottom center, it can be next to it in some place.
Yeah.
And then any casing for all the rest, the input buses, hatches, maintenance, and energy.
Yeah, same here. So it's just the copper nickel coil blocks that have changed where it can be placed.
It has to be in one of the center blocks, not bottom center.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happens with already formed multi-blocks?
They shouldn't change because it's still going to be one of the side ones. It's just going to be the bottom side.
Center was what it says before.
Yeah, it has to be bottom center for you.
Okay, that is also a side, I guess.
Yes, it has to be top side, bottom side, left, right, or back.
Yeah, I was just thinking of left, right, north, south, east, west thingies.
Okay.
But what would happen if the multi-block is formed and the mod changes the requirement to form it? I guess it would still work.
It would be unformed. Because it does a check on chunk load, I do believe.
Oh, okay.
Something we'd have to ask Greg, but I do believe it would. It does it on chunk load, because if you go into a chunk faster than what the server is loading, you can sometimes see the thing be unformed.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Steel cells. Oh, right. Those 64 bucket cells I made. Yes. Oh, okay. Powering oil drilling rig. Easy. Just a generator with several steel cells of fuel. Yeah, fuck that shit. That's annoying.
Yeah.
I want something that when I put the drilling rig down, I can run a pipe back to the base, or a cart back to the base, and the damn thing's just going to sit there and run. I don't want to have to feed the fucker.
In that case, you could, if you do it with a cart, you could have the cart pull oil one way and fuel the other way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to take a lot more fuel than it's going to bring back fluid, because of how little you get out of them anymore.
Well, then you have placed it in the wrong place, because you can still run them at a gain, but it's definitely not a big enough gain in my opinion.
No, it's pretty bad.
It was way too big a gain before though. You could have a gain of like 900 millibuckets per tick, or oil per operation rather. Which would be a bit overkill, because it basically gave you unlimited power and energy and oil, whatever you could use oil for.
Which is everything now.
Yeah.
Alright, so single block pump, refactor, and bug fix. I've never used the GregTech pump.
Well, probably no functional change in it then, if it's just refactoring and bug fixes.
Yeah. Apparently they changed array list to array dequeue, whatever the fuck that is. Took out some spaces. Yeah, I'm looking at the code, and yeah, it doesn't. It just looks like they did some code cleanup and changes. It doesn't really.
That is what refactoring is.
Is that what refactoring is?
Yeah, refactoring is basically just restructuring parts of the code. Either for readability or easier maintainability, or any various reasons, but shouldn't really do any functional change at all.
Alright, new commits. Rebalanced titanium cost and new fusion recipe. This is something I definitely don't know anything about, because I have not gotten that high yet.
Well, let's hope they balanced it more in your favor then, since you're about to get there.
Yeah. Okay, so we actually have to look at the fluid, because that's what you get out of the fusion reactor. Molten duranium, molten titanium, 32 liters and 48 liters will give you 16 liters out.
Wait, well, what are you looking at?
Molten tritanium.
Right. Let's see, 16 molten titanium and 125 molten uranium.
Oh yeah, they really changed that then.
That gives 16 molten titanium.
Yeah, this is 32 duranium and 48 titanium.
Right, so triple the titanium, but about a third of the uranium.
For the same amount.
Yeah.
Because titanium's a lot easier to get than duranium, ain't it?
Oh, definitely.
I don't even know how to get duranium.
You get that from gallium and radon in a fusion reactor.
Oh, well, that's why I don't know how to do it. Okay, gallium and radon. Oh, yeah, that's definitely the harder one to get.
Yeah. And you need 125 of it, plus the titanium for 16 millibuckets of titanium.
Yeah, now you only need 32.
Yeah.
And 48 titanium.
Yeah.
It says rebalancing the cost. I wonder if they just mean that cost.
Let's see. Titanium is... That's a big number.
2097152.
Yeah. Same here.
Okay. Same exact total you use. So it says that they... This doesn't make sense. Rebalance titanium cost. Add new fusion recipe. There is no other recipe. This is the only recipe. So they just
maybe it's for the
rebalanced
fusion reactor itself. I don't know.
That is the fusion reactor I'm looking at.
Oh, for making the reactor.
I can.
That's what I was thinking.
Let me look, but I doubt it. And you can't even.
Oh yeah,
look
I
at
can't even see the recipes because you need to scan them first and whatnot.
Yeah, I can actually see it because Crazy just did the book yesterday. Which, if they did change that, it would change the book. I think.
Would it?
Well, I hope it would. Because right here is what it takes to make a fusion controller. It's one fusion coil block, one quantum processor mainframe, one quantum processor, so four quantum mainframes. They've had you put one in 4 different buses. One plutonium-241 plate, which I still think is the dumbest thing they did for that. Because that's a pain in the ass thing to get. That's just adding grind right there. One nether star plate. Again, more grinding. Because you got to kill 9 withers to get the block.
Plate is not that bad.
You got to kill 9 withers to get a block.
Well, yeah, but that's not that bad. Just be happy you don't have hardcore wither like we do here.
Actually, hardcore wither would make it easier because we got like 4 stars out of 1 wither.
Yeah, but it kind of makes it harder once you get past the first set of plates, because then you need more nether stars, and then the wither is suddenly nasty.
Field generator IV, HPIC wafer, 32 of them. 32 superconductor wires, and 2880 liters of molten soldering alloy.
Oh, soldering alloy I can do, I guess. The rest is a bit out of my reach for now. Yeah, I hope I'll reach fusion this time.
What's the uses for titanium? I think titanium uses is only tools.
Yeah, but it's a pretty dang good material for tools as far as
I don't think there's really a use for it other than making tools. It's a level 6, mining speed of 20, attack damage of 7.25 tool, with a total durability of 1,024,000. But that looks like it is it for its actual uses.
Yeah. What's the speed on it, you say?
20. So it's pretty quick.
Okay, so pretty good speed, while still having high durability.
And you can also make turbines out of it, which are going to be, you know, really decent turbines. 160 efficiency on the top level turbine.
What's the optimal flow on it?
Optimal steam flow is 60,000.
That is quite a bit, though.
Yeah. Now that's the huge one, though, or the large one. If you go with the
large ones are probably the best ones to use, isn't it? Since they are more efficient.
Yeah. You can go with the regular one, which is 40,000 liters a second, but that only gives you 135 efficiency.
Yeah.
And then the small one is only 20,000 liters a second at 110 efficiency.
That's a lot of steam.
That is an ass ton of steam. And the gas flow is 1,000 EU per tick for the smallest one. 3,000.
Those gas turbines, the large ones.
Oh, they are nice.
Plasma ones. How do they even work?
You feed it
gas
and it makes power.
Just the EU value of the gas?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have one right here, and we use a regular cobalt in it. And we don't turn it on very often. We only use it to burn up our refinery gas.
And
I
might use one for methane then.
It puts out EV power. And it's really nice. It burns up the refinery gas really quick, dumps you an ass ton of power really quick. I think I actually need to... Nope, I don't. I was thinking I need to turn it back on, but we must have already turned it back on the other day. I do need to get
and
this.
And it's fairly easy to make one.
Oh yeah, they're really not that difficult.
EV circuits and EV machine hull rest is stainless steel, basically.
Mm-hmm. What I need to do is this
the turbine casing is probably a bit more annoying.
Which, speaking of, it is empty, so we're going to turn this big bitch on.
Oh yeah, the turbine casing not bad either. Just needs stainless steel and then the magnesium casing.
Where in the hell is my soft hammer at? There's my mallet. Because apparently you can't put a shutoff on this thing. Did you know that?
Yeah, you cannot access the controller.
Even if you could, it pops off the controller when you put it in there.
Oh, well, that's because there's no sight on it when you put it in.
The engine intake casings apparently have to be able to see that controller, so it actually pops off into your inventory.
Wow.
Or pops off into the ground.
You don't even sneak one in.
No, because I was trying to do that with the wireless things, which...
Yeah.
Greg, one of these days when you got some time on your hands, explain to me how the hell you coded these fucking things. I cannot get these things to work. I don't know if they're bugged or what, but these redstone transmitters and receivers, I cannot get them to work.
I use that from that other mod, that W something wireless redstone mod, because I never figured out how those work.
Yeah, see, these you can use inside multi-blocks.
Yeah.
But if I can't get them to work, they are useless.
Exactly, that's why I use the other one. Even though they're not as convenient for everything, but they work for most.
Alright, so I do believe that's it for the things that were committed to GT5. I'm going to look and make sure here. Because everything else is looking like it was done by somebody other than Bloody. Alright, I do believe that's the updates we have. Now, GT++ is going to be a little more difficult, because I don't think I have a commit list either. I can look in a second.
You can't even remember how everything was before? So you can compare with your brain?
I definitely can't do that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Commit list. Let's see. Fix the recipe for ethylbenzene. I guess we'll look at that before I go looking at these other things. Well, nah. Let's look and see if I can figure out some of these new things that were added. The pollution scrubbers I think I showed last time. They're just ways of getting rid of pollution if you don't take care of it.
I'll be right back.
Simple washer, which allows you to wash dust with no byproducts. I think I looked at that last time. Iron blast furnace, been in here forever. A steam condenser that takes in IC2 steam and water and makes normal steam. Requires no power to run, although it's not very fast. That's got to be something new, because I don't remember seeing that before. So it's just copper and steel pipes, energetic alloy, and an HV pump. So you can't use it till you're at least in MV, because you can't make the stainless steel. Let's see. Then his energy buffers. The player safes. The centrifuge, coke oven, press. His rocket engines. Industrial electrolyzer, which we need to get made. There's the macerator stack controller that I want to get made. But we can't make it yet, if I remember correctly, because we can't make the wetware computer. Otherwise, we can make that. Wire factory, which we need to get done soon. Matter fabrication computer. Alloy blast smelter we have. Power station control node. I need to play with this a little bit. But I think this is outlandishly expensive. Not positive, but I do believe so. And it doesn't actually take any. A half complete casing 2. A half complete casing 1. Okay, so vanadium plate and vanadium steel frame box makes a half complete casing 1. And then that with vanadium gallium plates makes a half complete casing 2. And then that and 4 lead plates makes the actual vanadium redox power cell. And that's only uses to make this thing, so why would he give you 4 of them out of this thing? Alright, I definitely got to ask him about that. Every step only gives you 1, except for that one that gives you 4. Oh, the transmitters are wireless redstone, not wireless controls. It sends and receives redstone signals on the side it is attached to, such as the outside.
I'm back.
The screws on the side are for screwdrivering the frequency as far as I know. Okay, let me show you the issue I got here, Greg. Maybe it's just one of those Bear has no fucking clue what he's doing things again, and I'm using it improperly. Because we all know that that's quite a possibility. But if it's a wireless redstone, which is what I was using it for, if I have this here, which actually the way I was doing it, I'll show you the first way I was doing it. I'll do it this way. Alright, so this here has a controller on the bottom of it. Right there, machine controller. So now if that will take a redstone signal, then I should be able to put one of these pipes on here that has one of these redstone receiver things on it, which in my understanding should be a transmitter out, because it's transmitting a redstone signal outward, should go facing that controller. And then if I put a redstone transmitter in, I guess, I would think it would be a receiver in. I don't understand why you would have an out for a receiver or an in for a transmitter. Wouldn't the transmitter go out and the receiver go in? But if we do this on an in for this, then that should mean that the redstone coming in here would turn that on, and it doesn't do it. Transmitter equals sending signal, receiver equals receiving signal. No shit, Sherlock. That's kind of what I was just saying. But why do you send and receive from both? Why do you have an in and an out? So, if I take this out of here, because I can't turn it on while it's there, and I do it the way I was testing, which is with a redstone light. Grab one of these. In and out have nothing to do with sending and receiving.
It's where the redstone signal goes in and goes out of the cover, I think. Like, have you used Project Red gates?
Probably not.
So they're basically a microblock thingy, or the one you can attach on a side face of something.
Mm-hmm.
And they have an input and output.
I need a receiver out and a transmitter out. Okay. So from what Greg's saying, this should work if I take this, which is a receiver that's in. It's not the one I need. I need this one. This is a receiver out. Alright, so if I take this off of here and I put this one on here, that's going to receive the signal in and transmit it out to that block if I put a redstone signal into it. So, just like that, should turn that light on. And it's not. It's not even doing it that way. You need to receive. Wait a minute. A receiver.
But where are you getting the signal from?
From the lever.
What lever?
I put a lever on it.
Oh, you're doing that now. I'm a bit behind on the video.
Yeah, you'll be like 10 seconds behind.
Nah, probably 10 minutes with my connection.
Well, it's quite possible. Okay, that's a transmitter and a receiver out. Well, what was the receiver and the transmitter? They're both outs, I just looked. And it's not doing nothing. Receiver equals receiving wireless, transmitter equals turning incoming signal into wireless. Okay. So if the receiver is receiving a wireless, transmitter is turning incoming signal into wireless.
Transmitter, lever, receiver, turbine.
I'm lost. Okay, so if the receiver is bringing it in to be turned into a wireless signal, this should be an in, not an out, right?
The receiver should be facing the lane at the moment.
Why would the receiver be... Wait a minute.
Because the receiver is the one that receives a wireless signal.
Yeah, but it has to transmit it out to the lamp.
Yeah, but I would imagine that it would transmit it to the lamp. Well, to the block it's sitting on.
Turns incoming signal into wireless is the transmitter. Okay.
You might not even be able to do it with the lamp. I don't know. It depends on if it just gets injected into the block it's cover on.
So receiver. No, transmitter.
That was a transmitter you had on up there.
Let's see. Out equals redstone goes to lamp.
Okay.
In equals
like that,
redstone goes into the pipe you attach the cover to.
So you need a receiver out and place it where facing the. That's a receiver. In.
Let me pop all these.
It's the one you have on
here.
the side of the pipe. The other blue one.
Give me a second.
At the lever.
Okay, I have all 4 of them in my inventory.
Hey.
So there is a receiver in and out, transmitter in and out. So now
receiver out you place on the top of the pipe.
Okay. It's there.
Hey, then transmitter out you place at a redstone source.
Hey, it fucking worked.
Yeah, you had swapped around the receiver and the transmitter before.
Alright, so in that way, if I put the controller here, and I take this off of here, and I put the same setup on this casing with the... Let me see here. This goes up. So the receiver out will go up. And apparently these can't go on casing, so that fucks that up completely.
You cannot put them on the casing?
Nope, casings can't take them, so that won't work. Because the whole idea was being able to...
Yeah,
control these, so that completely...
But wouldn't you be able to use in instead? And place it on one of the sides of it?
Oh, that might work.
One of the sides that is facing on the other blocks that are not important.
That might work. So if
because then you should set it into the block itself, assuming that is enough to trigger the machine controller.
Which would be a receiver in.
Yeah, then you also need a transmitter out. Transmitter in, sorry.
Let's make sure I got this on the right setting. It's on 1024. Okay. So if I put this here, and then over here on the pipe itself...
Or do as Rex says. Yeah, the redstone signal will go through the casing.
Maybe put a thing below the turbine and let a redstone signal torch go in, since a redstone signal would go through the casing. Okay. Well, see, that really doesn't change what I'm doing here, though. What I'm thinking...
You wouldn't need to use these. You can use normal machine controller and normal redstone.
Which is what I have. I have a regular thing, but I wanted to not have to have this hole in the damn floor to do it. So, I guess, because I can't have anything right here Turbines have to have all 9 blocks open. So I can't put something right here in front on the floor. So what I was just thinking is, now you're saying I would need a transmitter in now, right?
Yeah.
So if I put this here, it should be getting redstone signal through this one and sending it to that one if it's set to the right signal, which it is. Let's try it this way just to make sure. Let's put this on the front. Redstone signal on. And apparently that isn't working because it has the gas. So that's not doing it.
Alright, so it won't trigger the machine controller when it's a cover and you send the redstone signal into the block itself.
Apparently not.
Oh well.
Well, at least I understand it a little bit more since this works.
Either that or you were lucky.
Or I was lucky that Greg made it stupid enough for me to at least build it, whether I remember it or not. Now, wait a minute. Why did it just turn off? Shouldn't it still be on? Only thing I changed was taking this. Now, wait a minute. How is that interfering with this?
Did you leave a cover on somewhere?
This is kind of funny. The transmitter in, if I have it on the same pipe as the light, it's on. If I don't have it on anything, it's on. But if I put it on a pipe with no redstone signal to it, it turns the light off. That's kind of strange.
Also, you have used almost an entire crowbar trying to figure this out.
Pretty much, yeah. The tick timing makes the redstone different. Okay. Alright. Well, fuck these wireless things. Wireless always drives me nuts. Let's go back to something.
I might start using them for some stuff now that I know how they work as well. Instead of using the WRC something something. Because they are very cheap to do.
Chemical dehydrators, we already know about. Tanks, we've already talked about. The multi-block tank, which is way too fucking expensive. Because to make a multi-block tank, you have to have that Grissom shit. And that Grissom shit takes titanium. So you can't have a multi-block tank from Greg Tech until you get to titanium. And by then, you probably aren't going to be storing that much shit. You really need the damn things. I store ass tons, but apparently most people don't.
Of what?
I store everything. Every fluid that we make, I have stored.
True. I store most fluids. The only thing I avoid really is CO2 because it's almost useless.
Right.
And then oxygen if it's from depending on the setup, because I make oxygen in a central place that delivers it to wherever it's needed. And if some setups have byproduct as oxygen, I just avoid that oxygen.
Which apparently now you can void water just by using a circuit.
Yeah, that's actually really nice.
I hate that. That is retarded.
Yeah, but it makes it so much simpler to have a setup that
but
doesn't
this
require...
Is Greg Tech! Things are not supposed to be made simple by Greg Tech. It's supposed to be made for you to think about how to do it. Not just throw a circuit in and it fucking voids the excess.
Let me use that on you when you talk about the nitro setup.
That's not making it simpler. That's making it fucking retardedly expensive. And grindy. I should not have to use fish
to make to use fish.
Nitro diesel.
Well, true, I agree on that part, but you also complain about every other thing there is about the chemistry system. which is basically just a complex thing that you don't like.
Alright, give me a second. I gotta do the old man thing again.
Good luck.
You know I'm the only one muted. You could be talking to him rather than typing to him.
Well, I wasn't sure if you had to put it on pause or something.
No. Okay. Let me try to explain this to you, Greg. The problem is, which I don't really understand the difference in one part of it. Maybe it's a European thing, but to me, they're both the same over here, so you guys can try to explain to me the difference if there is one. So the way to make glycerol now is sodium hydroxide dust, a tiny one, which is annoying as shit that it's not a full dust. An ethanol cell.
Or methanol.
Or methanol. Fish oil or seed oil. And ass fucking tons of it.
Yeah, you need 6,000 of it, I think. 5 or 6,000 to
yes.
make 6,000 biodiesel.
Yes, but you only get one glycerol.
Yeah.
When the glycerol is what you actually need.
Well, I don't use the glycerol much anymore. I actually do it for the biodiesel now.
Because if you're going to make the nitro diesel, or the whatever the fuck it's called now,
epoxy it is. It's epoxy you need it for, not nitro diesel.
Don't you need that for the
but you need it for epoxy.
based shit?
No, I don't think so.
What do you use
that
to make the
without
C10
that
shit
oil
now?
thing? Yeah, but we never use glycerol.
That's what you're supposed to use glycerol for, is nitro diesel.
No, that's for, well, probably supposed or not, I don't know. But what you do use is acetic acid.
Oh, now you use the actual biodiesel shit. And the
tetranitromethane.
Yeah, that bullshit.
Yeah, that is what you don't need to use biodiesel. You can use light fuel instead.
Which is nitric acid and ethanol? Ethanol?
Yeah, ethanol.
And ethanol is acetone heated up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You can do it entirely with it, but you do need glycerol for epoxy. So you basically do need fish or seed oil to make epoxy.
Which is dumb. But my question is, what the fuck is the difference between ethanol and biodiesel? They're the same thing.
No idea.
Except the only thing I can think that might be a little bit different is ethanol would be like gasoline and biodiesel would be like diesel. So the one would burn and the other one wouldn't need to burn, it just needs compression.
The other one burns, the other one you just snort.
Right. Let's see. Not for nitrodiesel, it's for biodiesel. Epoxy allows for allele something.
Yeah, you can even do it without glycerol for epoxy, but you need mercury and chlorine, I think, to make that allele something something.
Glycerol
that you can use
nitrate, which just does this stupid shit. So you can use
not oil. I like that term now, not oil.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did this epichlorohydrin thing. That way, you need glycerol and hydrochloric acid to make epichlorohydrin and water cells.
Yeah, but you can do it with allyl chloride, I think it's called instead of the glycerol.
That's the old depreciation that they're taking out. You can use hypochlorous acid.
Yeah.
And allyl chloride cell and sodium hydroxide. But that hydrochlorous acid is a bitch.
It is.
Because
I
you
totally
need mercury.
Agree. I don't consider I don't consider the other way viable, but it is there if you cannot get seed or fish oil in any way.
Yeah, getting that much mercury to waste to make this shit is crazy. All of my mercury goes for processing. Well, we actually used, we have 4 GT++ fishing traps that we're using.
That's at least something yet that you have plus, because then you can get fish.
Yeah,
we can as well with MFR fisher, but I'm not sure how good it actually is.
Holy crap, crazy. Apparently we definitely need to get the pufferfish going in there because we're full of pufferfish. And he did add ink sacs to the fish traps, so now we get ink sacs. But we're also full up on slime balls and sand. So yeah, we're going to have to start dumping these pufferfish that for some reason I decided we didn't need to dump in there. And we're actually full on regular fish in there too. Holy crap. Apparently we finally caught up to what we had in there. Amazingly. Because we only had 2 fish traps and they weren't keeping up. So we had to make 2 more. Alright, so back to this list of shit that he's got in this mod. And see if we can figure out what else he added. Now, wait a minute. There we go. Alright, so I need to ask him about that power station controller, why you get 4 outputs of the 1 when you only need 1 of these damn things. It's a control block for the power substation, which I haven't even played with yet. It basically is like a huge fucking battery, from what I understand. Let's see. Then the multi-block tank I bitched about, but I've been bitching about that forever. The Comet, which is a compact...
bitching about everything forever.
Right. Which is a compact cyclotron.
Cyclotron?
Yes. Super magnetic speed shooter. Particles are accelerated over 186 revolutions to 80% light speed, can produce a continuous beam current of 2.2 is MA megaamps or milliamps?
I guess it depends on if it's small or capital M.
Small, so it'd be milliamps.
Yeah.
At 590 megavolts. Or what is ME? Capital M, small e.
No idea.
Which will be extracted from the isochlorous cyclotron. Consists of the same layout as a fusion reactor. So I'm guessing this is going to be a very late game fucking thing.
Some sort of particle reactor or something?
Yeah,
sounds like it.
That's what it sounds like. And he doesn't have a recipe for it, so he ain't done with it yet.
Oh, that one. Yeah, okay. The one he's never done anything.
Actually, that was actually the
nothing
fusion reactor, which he does have that one, or the fission reactor, which he does have done. I want to get that made soon. Because this is the processing plant for it, which apparently takes a soldering iron in the recipe. I've never seen that before. There's you another weird alloy he added, Greg. It's a steelite gear. Steelite, which is... And this one doesn't have a fucking thing either. It is 7 cobalt, 7 chrome, 4 manganese, and 2 titanium for 20 steelite. And then tungsten steel and a GregTech computer cube to make the plant that makes the stuff that goes in the reactor. The tree farmer, which supposedly works. I want to get tried out. Basic semi-fluid generators he has added, so you can not have to burn like heavy fuel and biomass in the boiler if you want to. You can actually do them in here.
Will it be more efficient than doing it in a boiler then, since the boiler is only at 4-quarter efficiency?
This is 90% to 70% efficient, is what it says. I have no idea. I've never burned any of that stuff. I don't do semi-fluids other than creosote. Creosote's the only one I do.
Creosote is not a fluid. It's a miscreant.
EV is electron volts. Okay, thank you. Large sifter, which we built and we're going to be setting up hopefully tonight. Then you have the world anchors, which are robotic arms. Okay, he just threw a whole lot of things that piss people off to craft in here. 2 robotic arms, 1 pump, 2 motors, a conveyor belt, and 2 pistons. That is all he did. It's just
that is beautiful.
Throw the things that piss people off making into a recipe and say, there you go.
Yeah. Now you just need to add an EV version of it.
There is.
Oh, great.
You have an ultimate time anomaly.
Yeah.
You also have an Elite World Accelerator 2, an Elite World Accelerator. You've got everything from LV up to, I think that's Max. Or is that UV? That's UV. Yeah, you've got one all the way up to UV. So you've got UV motors, robot arms, pumps, pistons to make that one.
Hey, I dare you to make 10 of them today.
Kiss my ass. I can't even make it. The only one I could come close to making would be the LUV.
Yeah.
Because LUV and up, you have to scan the level below it. And we actually have the multi-block over there that isn't built yet to be able to build them.
The assembling line thing?
Yeah, we actually have one. We just haven't done it yet. So, for the basic world accelerator, accelerates... Oh, this isn't a chunk loader, it's an accelerator.
So
this just makes the world...
faster?
Yeah, it just makes your ticks faster.
That seems very lag prone. Just something that... It's just a feeling, but... Imagine putting that on a farm.
Accelerates things, radius 1 EU per tick, 96 speed boost times 2. Use a screwdriver to change the... I have no fucking clue. Use a screwdriver to change the mode to accelerate tile entities. This machine has to be adjacent to it.
Okay, so it's basically to accelerate most GT machines.
Well, aren't crop sticks tile entities too?
Yeah, but that would be very expensive considering you can only do those adjacent to it.
Well, the, like, say, EV1 is a radius of 4 EU, 6,144 speed boost times 16. So wouldn't that be a bigger radius?
I don't know.
Because I think it says radius and then colon, 4 EU per tick, colon, 6,141 speed boost, colon, times 16. So I would guess that this would do a radius of 16 blocks.
That seems crazy.
I don't know. I've never been into those World Accelerator things because that's just trying to cheat time.
Well, that and it's basically... Unless you play on a smaller private server, they don't belong. Because people will abuse them and lag. Yeah.
Didn't they have that? Don't they have that problem with that one? There's a Magic mod that has one of these things in it.
Yeah, well, Thorncraft got one for Plant.
The Torchinilo, ain't that it? The Torchinilo thing? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
I think that is a torch that if you put it beside something that does its tick rate, and it just will lag a server, like, quickly.
Yeah. The same goes for AgriCraft. If they have sprinklers that will increase tick rate on crops, and you can stack them insane amounts of them in a small spot. They cover like a 4x4 block area, so you can have 16 of them basically covering the same spot. So they get like I don't know how much they actually increase tick rate, but I know that a place I used to play, they had a limit on 10 of them per player, and that was some pretty hefty servers they were using.
Okay, Ghost says it's Torturino, and it's OP as fuck, super unbalanced. Torturino is basically a torch that makes your tick rate go faster in a certain area, and they're not very expensive to make, if I remember correctly. I've never used them because, again, I consider them cheaty, so I won't use them. Even the packs I had them in, I didn't use them. And I don't like things that make my world tick faster and cause lag. I try to keep my lag as low as I can.
They're probably great for single player, but nothing that affects tick rate noticeably, at least, belongs in a multiplayer environment.
Right. Okay, so then you have the large thermal refinery. I haven't seen this one, so this must be something that's new. There's control block for the industrial... Oh no, this is the thermal centrifuge. Okay, I have seen this before. I just didn't think... Why would it say refinery if it's a thermal centrifuge?
Well, centrifuging is refining it to some degree, I guess.
Maybe Crazy, you should make this. Controller block for the industrial thermal centrifuge. 60% faster than using a six single block machine of the same voltage. Size is 3x2x3. Again, I would say you should probably do the stack thing with this rather than the 60% faster or the overclocking reduced thing. I don't like the just making it faster. Maybe that's just me. But I think with multi-blocks it should be a stack thing.
Yeah, there's an actual advantage over than just having more machines.
I agree with that, but to me, wouldn't it be better for the tick rate if you were doing an entire stack rather than doing one thing faster.
I don't think that does much difference, because, well, if the one stack takes as long as it would take to do each of them one at a time, combined, then I don't think it will do any difference.
No, I'm saying if you do an entire stack, it'll take like half the time of what it would to do each one individually.
Well, then I guess it would do a little bit, but I don't think it's noticeable, really. It could be. I'm no expert in all that kind of stuff, but I don't see that it would do a major difference. And the no overclocking penalty thing, I love it. I love that thing, but it's also something you should be careful about using as a developer, because it really allows for OP stuff as soon as you can overclock even a few tiers.
Yeah, but all of his multi-blocks are set to be end of HV, early EV at minimum.
Yeah, okay. I really want to try GT++, to be honest.
Well, when you get done over there on Fear the Night, come over here on Bear's Den. You can try it here. We got all kinds of shit that won't try to kill you.
That's unusual.
But you have no magic here, so no Thumbcraft.
Well, actually, I do use. Well, I don't use it myself, but we have magical setups as well. Yeah.
And if
we use it for duplicating clay and quartz.
And if you want to bring somebody from Fear the Night, all you gotta do is ask, and I'll throw them on. If you need a minion or a partner, however you consider them.
It depends on how you treat them.
Like, I consider Crazy a partner, not a minion. Only because if I called her a minion...
You only say that because it's being recorded, right?
Only because if I called her a minion and not a partner, she would quit working, and you gotta keep
and kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how this works. Okay, so... This uses red steel plates, so that's not difficult to do. And Talidonite rods. I haven't looked at that one, I don't think. Did I? Is that the one I just looked at a minute ago? Yeah, I looked at that one. Okay. The crazy minion is what I talk to when Crazy's mad at me and won't talk to me anymore. Which does kind of happen occasionally. There's a daily basis. There's a radio. That's very true. Radioisotope thermoelectric generator that he's added. And if I remember correctly, this is a work in progress, and there is no recipe for it. And I'm right, there's no recipe. He's making his own RGT pellets as well to go in it. He's got the wood case shelves from GT 2 and 3 and 4, but they're not have recipes yet either. Thermal boiler converts heat into steam.
So a large heat exchanger, basically.
That's what I'm guessing. Thermal containment casings for the rest. Input, output. Figured how you wish. Place them in the middle block of the back, bottom, sides. Use 2 output hatches. Consult user's manual for more information.
Is that a user's manual, or is it just a buzzword to make people feel?
I gotta look and see if there's actually a book. How to modular baubles. Thermal boiler manual. Yes, there is. It takes a booking quill and a lava bucket. Alright, hold on. We gotta make this damn thing. I've gotta read. I gotta see how Alkylus writes a fucking user manual.
I bet that once you combine a lava bucket with a book and quill, you just get something that's burned to a crisp.
Well, does it really have to be a book and quill? Why can't it just be a book like everybody else? Why does it gotta be so much of a pain?
Well, you know his other recipes, so just be happy it's just that.
Crazy, I know you hate me. It's nothing new. Most days she doesn't like me. Some days she hates me. Alright, so...
Yeah, when she doesn't like... when she doesn't dislike you, she just hates you.
Yeah, there's no days that she doesn't not dislike me. She dislikes me every day. Some days she dislikes me more than other days. And then some days she just flat out hates me. Okay, so this book explains how to set up and run your thermal boiler. We are not responsible for any damage done by this book inside book itself nor its content. First, you need to craft the following things for a thermal boiler to function. The main boiler block, 20 casings, 2 input hatches, 2 output hatches, a bunch of different tools, and a maintenance hatch. To begin the building, lay out the first 3x3 layer of machine casings on the ground with a hatch in the middle. Then place the boiler block facing outward in the middle one of the 3 wide sides. Now grab 3 other hatches and place them on the remaining 3 meter wide sides, also facing outwards. Now the four corners of the machine need also a machine casing. There should only be a hole left. Why is hole capitalized? Left in the middle of the cube, and cube is capitalized. So now place a 3x3 of machine casings on top at the 3rd layer with the last hatch in the middle facing outwards as well. When accepting the boiler block, it should now stop telling you... Wait a minute. When accessing the boiler block, it should now stop telling you that the structure is incomplete. Bottom line of the screen. Now go with a bunch of different tools, metal hammer, rubber hammer, screwdriver, wrench, soldering iron, and crowbar to the maintenance hatch and access it. After that, you grab the 6 tools and right-click the slot with each of them in your hand in the maintenance GUI.
You know it's kind of inappropriate to hit a slot with the crowbar, right?
Yeah. I don't think you should hit a slot with a hammer either. Even if it's soft.
It's more fitting at least. A screwdriver might make sense, I guess.
Maybe. Note that you need soldering tin lead in your inventory to use the soldering iron.
Wait, you can use tin or lead instead of soldering iron?
You should. I think you can use fine tin, fine lead, or soldering alloy, but I've never used tin or lead, and
yeah, me neither.
Didn't know you could, but apparently he thinks you can. Or says you can. I don't know. The main block should now tell you that you need to use the rubber hammer on it to reactivate the machine. The rubber hammer can enable and disable machines. The machine disables itself after something important broke. If you want to use lava in this device, then you should add a lava filter to extract additional resources from the lava. If the filter breaks, the machine won't explode like a turbine would, which turbines do not break or do not explode. I wish people would stop telling that lie. There is code in there for it to do so, but it does not. If you use molten salt, then you won't need a filter. What the fuck is molten salt?
Oh, it's tears.
You will get obsidian when processing lava. However, if a filter is used, you will get sometimes an ingot instead of a block of obsidian. When using molten salt, you will get the salt back.
So you can melt the salt, get steam from it, then melt it again, get steam from it, like coolant.
I'm guessing, yes. the hole and Q being capitalized just give you the true Greg feeling. So now for the maintenance. After a few hours of running, your boiler will get small problems which don't prevent it from running. These problems just decrease efficiency. Every problem listed on the screen does negative 10% efficiency. Fixing these problems...
Every few hours?
That's what it says.
Wow. That's horrible.
To fix these problems, just go to the maintenance hatch and do the tool thing. Wait a minute. I better read this page. So it's talking about explosions. To fix these problems, just go to the maintenance hatch and click with the problem corresponding tool on the slot to repair. If all 6 possible runtime problems happen, the machine will auto shut down no matter what. No explosions. It's just stopping. The thermal boiler will produce 800 liters of steam per tick for about 5 or 6 liters of water per tick at reaching 100% efficiency. In case of lava, it consumes 1,666 liters every second. A thermal boiler is worth about 33 small thermal generators, and as the boilers get much less efficient when not having enough fuel, you should consider making a large nether pump for lava or a good nuclear reactor for molten salt.
You can molten salt from nuclear reactor?
Yeah, I think that's what the reactor actually uses as a coolant.
Ah.
His nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
Input and output slots are fully optional. You can place multiple ones of them or even none on the machine. A machine without input couldn't process any recipes, while a machine without outputs just voids all outputted items and liquids. It might be useful to use a screwdriver on the output hatches to determine what is outputted where. Credits to Alkylus for writing this book. This was book number 4 at its creation. Gotta get them all. This is not
I would
Pokemon.
put my name on such a book, but yeah.
And it's funny, it says this is book number 4 when there's only 3 books in the fucking list.
Well, he never, published the second one.
Apparently. And there's a book about the gardens, which only has 1 page and isn't craftable. How to Modular Baubles, which is also not craftable, that has 6 pages. And I'm sorry, y'all, but I have got to see what kind of book only has 1 page. Y'all did not see this.
It's for the greater good.
Yes, it is for the greater good. For anything else, I would say I'm a cheating bastard, but for a book with 1 page in it, I gotta do it. Alright. There was once a sad and lonely oak tree. That's it. That's what the book says.
That was one sad and lonely oak tree?
Yes, there was once a sad and lonely oak tree. Okay. That's your story.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for getting deep and philosophical with us, Alkylus. I'm glad I cheated for that.
Well, at least you didn't waste materials on crafting it.
That would have made me sad. If I'd have wasted a book to make it. Alright, back to looking at the weirdness that is some of these things he adds. Once I get inside where I'm not going to blow up my front yard. Okay. So looked at those metal casing things. A large-scale auto assembler. Highly advanced auto crafter. Right-click with screwdriver to change mode. This machine can craft, assemble, or disassemble. You insert a memory stick into the GUI to automate a crafting table recipe. Requires recipes to be scanned in a project table. Okay, well, where the fuck's a project table? So, this is a multi-block as well. Takes input bus, input hatch, output bus, output hatch, muffler, maintenance, energy. And it takes stainless steel and EV sensors and osmium fine wire. Holy shit. And an EV emitter and a GregTech computer cube. Okay, well, that's nice and expensive as fuck. Let's see. Then you have his high amp transformers, which do 4 amps in and 16 amps out. Those were added recently, but apparently have no recipes for some of them.
Well, that's
okay. Now it has. Well, now it has a. Okay, there's something wrong here. Hold on. Is it? Okay, it does have a recipe. I just wasn't clicking right. No, because that one's not doing it. Are you
still in cheat mode?
No, I'm not in cheat mode.
Because that can sometimes fuck up what it thinks you're trying to click on.
Huh. Some of them are not working. Like the LV high amp is not working. The ULV is working. And the MV high amp is working. Recipe, well, it was working a second ago. Now it's not working. I don't know what the fuck's wrong. So it's 16 times wires, lead and tin, and a ULV machine casing to make the thing. Let's see if I click on it without it open. It's not my mouse being dead, right? Other things are working? Yeah, other things are working. I don't understand why some of them aren't working. The LV and the MV won't give me a recipe. The HV does, which is copper nickel coil blocks, aluminum wires, gold wires, and an MV or an HV casing. I wonder why they need the copper nickel coil blocks, but the other ones don't.
Yeah.
EV is the same thing. You got tungsten wires, aluminum wires, EV casing, and Kanthal coil blocks. IV uses the nichrome tungsten wires and vanadium gallium wires. And then the IV doesn't have a recipe. The LUV, the ZPM apparently does, which uses Nakoda. It's just all fucking Nakoda. It is. It's 16x Nakoda wires, Nakoda coil blocks, and 4x Nakoda alloy wires. So it's just a whole lot of Nakoda shit. And then the UV is going to be Nakoda alloy wires, Nakoda alloy coils, and a superconductor wire. Shadow, how in the fuck is it my fault you feel sick?
He was listening in.
Now there's a charging bus. Chargeable item bus for multi-blocks. Huh? Chargeable item bus for multi-blocks. Takes a medium voltage battery buffer and an MV machine casing to make this thing. So is that supposed to be like a battery? It almost
battery buffer
sounds
built into the.
That's what I'm thinking. Is it sounds like it's going to be an energy hatch with batteries in it.
That's actually kind of awesome if it is.
Yeah, I
Because
agree,
it
but
can, in theory, power a multi-block by batteries, which you cannot do now if it uses more amps.
okay, wait a minute. There's a charging bus and a discharging bus.
Oh.
So would that be like the dynamo?
Guess so.
I have no idea what these are. I gotta ask Oculus later. Usually when he watches the stream, he'll leave comments and tell me what the fuck all my weird questions were. So hopefully he'll tell me what the fuck that is. A wireless charger Mach 1. Hopefully won't give you cancer. 3 modes, long range, local, and mixed. Long range can supply 2 amps of power to a single player up to 128 meters away. Local can supply several amps to each player within 20 meters. Mixed provides both 2 amps of long range and 1 amp per player locally. So this will wirelessly charge shit that you're carrying around on you. Mixed mode is more conservative of power and as a result only gets half the distance each singular mode gets. Long range mode currently disabled. Free double distance boost to local mode. And you have LV all the way up to 5, 7, 9. Okay, so you got all the way up to max voltage of these things. And the recipe is going to be 2 emitters, a circuit, and 2 sensors of whatever level it is you're doing, and a field generator. Then he has a smog detector. No recipe yet, work in progress. A cutting factory controller. This basically is like your buzzsaw, but it's another work in progress. Oh, Ra, the Sun God Mach 1. Yeah, I remember seeing pictures of him working on this thing.
Yeah.
It's basically a solar cube sort of thing. It's like a midget Ra. Not very fast, but not very big either. Each side pair in outputs to different slots. Top and bottom sides are outputs. Front and back are input plasma 1. Sides are input plasma 2. Okay. So is... maybe I didn't understand this. I don't know what it is then. How's your pollution doing? Fine. We haven't had any.
Yeah, pollution is doing fine. It's everywhere.
Yeah, we haven't had any problems with pollution. We upgrade all our multi-blocks to having good things on it, and because of that, we don't have any problems. But we don't go crazy with the power gen either. Damn, this thing still is powering? Holy crap. Crazy ran our power way the fuck down. Okay. Let's see. Who is Ra? Oh, wait. You are talking about Super Mega Ultra Chicken. No, Ra is the Egyptian god of the sun.
Sun god. Yeah.
Yeah. That's who...
Many people consider that Jesus is also a god of the sun. There's many theories about how that came to be. That, you know, how he died and came back alive, because that happens with the sun. And whatnot.
The fuck is that shit? Alright, now we got out of his blocks and into cables. He has redstone alloy wires, redstone alloy cables, Grissom wires and cables, which are HV. Let's see, zirconium, which is MV. And then HG1223. What the fuck is that shit? And this is another one of those damn dust things. Why are they not in the blast smelter? That's supposed to be the whole purpose of the blast smelter. So I don't have to mix this shit. Oh, this one actually has a fluid. This is a mercury cell, barium dust, calcium dust, and copper with oxygen to make HG1223, which is LUV. Tiny, this is stab alloy, which is one he's had around for a while. Tantalloy 60. These are pipes now, which I've seen most of those. And then for some reason, concrete is in here, which is regular GregTech, and some other shit. There's an alkylus disc. If you want to make a disc, you can make a Naquita GT credit and put exquisite and flawed gems around it, apparently, and you get an alkylus disc with an unknown use. The tree feller, which fells entire trees in a single swipe, and made out of stab alloy. So how do we make this stuff? Because I want to make one of these days. Just because I'm crazy and want to try it. It's titanium and uranium. It's not too bad. We can make that. Crazy needs to make me one of these so I can try it out. Now, where's this computer thing he made? That's the thing I wanted to check out, and I don't see it in here. Maybe he doesn't have it in because it wasn't finished. I'll have to ask him about that. But he did say that not everything has the alkylus tag on it, so maybe that's the problem. Let me see if I can check his commits and see what it says. Oh yeah, we have that one shit I gotta check out, which is benzene stuff. What the fuck is that? Does that say infused earth plasma? How in the fuck are you supposed to make an infused earth plasma? Fuck is infused earth? Infused earth cell. What the fuck is infused earth? Where is this shit I'm looking for? A forest mushroom? Oh, I'm not typing the. Why did I hit R? Can't spell. 1 minute, Junior. 1 minute. Ethylene, methylene. That's not it, is it? No, ethylbenzene. I don't even see the shit. Alright, let's type the whole thing, and while we do that, what, Junior? Griffin.
One I hate and suck at.
Yes.
I joined in halfway through, so I only got to attack. And I got top player, got one of the tanks by myself, and grabbed all 3 fuel cans.
Okay, so ethylbenzene comes out of his coal tar stuff. So coal tar, I guess, now finally has a recipe, which is lignite coal in a pyrolose oven. It gives you small pile of dark ashes and coal tar. Or you can use regular coal or coal coke. Or you can do it in one of his coke ovens. And now that you can turn into ethylbenzene, anthracene, ANTHRACENE. No idea. Coal tar oil and naphtha. Gives you a reason to mine coal if there's actually a use for this shit. Because there really isn't much use to mine lignite coal and regular coal once you get up there, you know?
Yeah.
So the coal tar oil you can...
Yeah, only used for it was for industrial diamonds for macerators and similar.
You can mix sulfuric acid to make sulfuric coal tar oil, which then can be distilled into naphthalene, which can then be put with lithium to make phthalic acid. And that shit can be dehydrated into a dust. And that shit can be put in a chemical reactor with the ethylbenzene and make 2 ethylotriquinone fluid.
Are you okay, Bear?
No.
You sound sick.
Plate, which doesn't get consumed with hydrogen gas and that crap, makes a little bit more of that crap.
So okay. A lot of crap.
So the 2 ethylene triquinone, you can basically just remake it over and over and over by putting hydrogen with it and palladium plate that doesn't get used. And that's its... Wait a minute. That doesn't say that doesn't show the same use. So this one and this one have to be different. It is by 1 number at the end of the thing. But the name is exactly the same. Oh no, there's a hydro in there. Okay. So there's 2 ethylotriquinone, and then there's 2 ethylotetrahydroquinone. Fuck me. And then this shit you can electrolyze with compressed air cells and anthracene, which you also get from coal tar, to give you hydrogen peroxide cells, empty cells, and more of the ethylotrihydroquine stuff back.
You know, you could write an entire essay with 3 of those words.
Holy fucking hell, man. Hydrogen peroxide you can put with lithium hydroxide dust in an electrolyzer and get lithium hydroperoxide dust. Is there an end use for any of this? Or is this just a long string of
to bathe in
chemical crap? Oh, fuck. Lithium hydroperoxide dust and cells in a chemical dehydrator will give you lithium peroxide dust, hydrogen peroxide cell, and water cells. Okay, so the lithium peroxide dust you can make into lithium peroxide in a fluid extractor. And that's... Holy fuck, all of this is for an air filter? You gotta be fucking shitting me, man. Oh my god, how much pollution can you really be making to need to do that?
How much pollution did you make trying to make the filter?
Fucking hell. So, carbon plates, carbon dust, And 2 of these lithium peroxide cells makes you an air filter tier 2. An air filter.
The highest tier?
I hope so. Fuck. Oh my god, I thought Johannes went nuts with chemistry changes.
Yeah.
That was
now I don't know if I really want to try GT++.
Alright, so what do you do with the hydrogen peroxide shit?
Byproduct 2 out of
Oh, wait a
98.
minute. That was what we already looked at, so it just gives you the byproduct itself back from earlier. Okay, so never mind. So let's look up air filter now.
Yeah, other ways to make it: 1 torch and a wood plate.
Yes, that is the highest tier. There's tier 1 and tier 2. The tier 1 only has 50 uses. The tier 2 has 2,500 uses. The tier 1 is just carbon plates and carbon dust. So if you could automate putting these into the filter, you could just make an ass ton of them and never care about making that other shit. Holy crap, that is crazy.
I'll be right back. I think dinner is ready.
Okay, that is a psycho amount of shit to make peroxide. If that is anywhere near the real way of making peroxide, they went through a lot to make shit to make my skin bubble when I pour it on there. Let's see. Yeah, everything that goes into tin cells is unrealistic. Hold on. Let me go back here. Hearing Bear say all these molecular names is funny as fuck. Let's see. Greg never added this chemistry stuff. Please never add this chemistry stuff, please. Don't worry, Shadow. I only add proper chemistry stuff. Has a different meta and they're different. Yeah, I noticed that finally. Also, I will definitely not use cells.
I'm back.
Proper chemistry, but some of that stuff is real. Yeah, and real nuts. Bear just going on a joyride to see recipes of never-ending uselessness. That's what I was starting to feel like. Yeah, everything that doesn't go into tins, everything that doesn't go into tin cells is unrealistic. Bear.
Hey, I use steel for my cells.
Bear got fucking scammed. I think I did. Just wasted like 10 minutes for a fucking air filler. Pretty much. You got GT'd. Pretty much.
GT'd.
GT makes sense. This is just ridiculous. Yeah, I agree completely. This is a bit ridiculous. GT5u really outdid itself. That it did. And the sad thing is, that's GT++. I didn't think Alkylus had it in him. Holy shit. I thought...
It's because he's trying to become a core member of the GT5u team. So he's got to show what he can do.
Apparently. Alright, so that was the whatever the fuck I said.
The outfielder.
That was fixing a recipe for that. If that's the fixed recipe, I'm scared.
That takes a lot of fixing.
Fixed toluene cell canning recipe. Okay. Why the hell are you canning toluene? What the hell are you using? I'm scared to look. Why am I typing this? This is going to take me on another fucking trip to hell and back. Toluene cell.
Just one way.
Okay. Why would he be doing the toluene cell here when this is a GT5 thing for that high octane gas? Unless that's not something... Yeah, I read that in GT5, so... Huh? Maybe they both added a toluene cell? Because right there's toluene cell from GT, and then this one is a toluene cell from GT++. Not quite sure why there's one added by both of them. But apparently they... Oh, okay. He needed them for the chemical dehydrator, and apparently didn't know it was being already added by GT5. Or he added it so if you're not using 5U, you can still have it. But how do you make toluene if there isn't GT5U? Because that's something that was only added in the 0.59 branch as far as I know. I don't think the 0.8 branch has toluene. But anyways, toluene cells and hydrogen will make you 1-methane and benzene cells. 19 benzene cells. What the hell do you do with benzene anyways? You can use it to make styrene. Dichlorobenzene shit. I think we're planning on burning a lot of our benzene. Chlorobenzene. Yeah, a whole bunch more chemistry shit I am not fucking with. Using it to make that cumin shit for making the phenol. Yeah, we're doing it the other way. So, okay. That's why there's a toluene cell. I'm thinking he might not need it, though, because that definitely looks like a GT5u only thing if he's using it to make benzene. Added formulas to more chemical materials. He did in this one, apparently. Let's see. I'm wanting to find the thing for this handheld computer thing because I don't know what it's called. And if I don't know what it's called, I don't know how to look it up.
It's a handy.
Let's see. Yeah.
Bear wants a handy.
Compatibility fixes. Hopefully fix crash with Thaumcraft. When Thaumcraft wasn't installed, I'm guessing, or present. Added compad. Did some recipe handling. Changed the washing plant recipe handling. Hatch check on sifter, which was fixing the large multi-block sifter. Updated multi-block tooltips. Added muffler requirements to some multi-blocks. Simple washer, crushed ore. Increased number of casings per craft for something. Added plant fiber to craft ropes with. Alright. So, plant fiber. That would be this stuff. So you take a knife and you cut sugarcane. Or you cut an oak sapling. And only an oak sapling. Not a forestry oak sapling, not a spruce sapling, acacia sapling, only an oak sapling will work for this. I gotta bug him about that. And it gives you 16 for sugarcane, 32 for the sapling. And then you can turn that into rope. 4 of them with a knife. Why do you use a knife to make a rope? You don't cut plant fibers. You need to braid them. You need a loom for that.
You cut them.
Sure you do. And then the rope.
You ship them.
You put 6 ropes together, you make a net. What the fuck do we do with a net? Alright, damn it. I gotta make a damn knife. I gotta figure out what the hell we do with this shit. Am I supposed to actually go fishing with this net?
He's for using those fishing traps.
Fishing traps don't actually need it.
Oh.
Is there flint knives in this one? Yes, there is.
No.
You know I'm making a flint knife. I am a cheap bastard.
Yeah.
the fuck is Shadow talking about? I did put Alkylus in NEI, you dumb fuck. Didn't you see that part or hear that part? Probably not. This is Shadow we're talking about. Apparently my player is getting hungry from all this standing around reading NEI. So let's eat.
I only watched the first 130 or so episodes of One Piece, and I wouldn't be asked to watch anymore.
Of what?
Of One Piece, an anime.
Oh. That weird stuff I know nothing about. Gotcha.
It's about pirates and whatnot.
Uh-huh. Alright, so sugarcane. We got any sugarcane around here? I don't actually think we have any of that. Do I have a regular oak sapling? I might have one of those. Haha, I do have one of those. Alright, so that does that, which gives me this. And then I need a crafting table now. So I need that. And that gives me this. Which, holy crap, this seems like a lot of nets I can make out of one sapling. You're going to make 8 nets out of one sapling?
A very efficient sapling.
Holy shit, how thin are you cutting this fucking plant fiber? Okay. It's a cobweb.
Oh, that kind of net?
That's all it is a cobweb.
Maybe just didn't add custom textures.
It's a fucking cobweb. Okay, well, if that's all it is, then I guess, fuck it, make it fucking cheap as shit. This has got to be a multiplayer, and then when you break it, you get back a rope.
A rope?
Mm-hmm. One of
Is that what you used to make it?
One of the 6 ropes you used to make it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess this would be something that I can catch Crazy in later.
Gonna rope her up?
That might be fun to throw a net on Crazy and get her pissy. Now I just need a chair. I did say chair, not bed. We don't want to get all, you know, kinky and shit, you know. Just tie her to a chair.
Oh, I thought you were gonna sit down while she's tied to a wall or something. No reason not to be lazy.
You get 8 webs from 6 ropes, but you get 1 rope per web. Yes. Yes, that's exactly correct. I didn't do this math, Greg, so don't ask me. This is alcoholism. And you get all of that from 1 sapling. Yeah, I think his math is a little off with that. Alright. Let's go back to... Let's see.
Well, he follows the old saying, math is only fun when you're on meth.
Tried to implement a much nicer GUI for something. Tried does not sound like it worked well.
And something does not specify very well.
Added rope and net block. Yeah, we just looked at that, thanks. Large sifter tree farm and power station fix. Made the XP converter more colorful. What the hell are we converting XP into?
Power.
That would be bad. Can convert liquid XP to mob essence and back. And it uses...
So useless if you don't use the other mods.
Right. It uses 4 bottles of enchanting, a nether star, triple compressed obsidian and inverted obsidian. There's no way of making the bottles of enchanting, so you can't make this fucking thing in the first fucking place.
Well, you can loot.
You don't get looter bottles enchanting.
Yes, you can.
In what mod gives it to you?
I don't know, but I've seen them in at least on Fear the Night and Infitech.
Okay, well, it definitely is not vanilla. It's got to be a Thaumcraft thing.
No, they got another thing. They got a whole other thing that it works like bottle of enchanting. Called something's concentrate or something.
I have no idea. So the inverted obsidian is double compressed obsidian with redstone and glowstone around it. And then the compressing of the obsidian is just like Extra Utilities does. It's just compressing it. 9 in a crafting grid, and you can go all the way up to, let's see, we're at quintuple at the moment. There's quintuple is as high as you can go.
Weak.
And then you can smelt the quintuple to get 64 obsidian back out of it. Okay, so yeah, that is going to be of no use to us because we don't have one of those two mods. We have the XP fluid, but we don't have MFR for the essence. You get bottles from villager trading. Okay, that is quite possible because I've never done any of the villager trading. That would be the religious dude, the church dude villager, and I've never traded with him. The only villager I trade with is the dude that has the paper trade and the forestry one. Alright, so let's see what other commits we have in here. Added XP converter crafting recipe. Add a simple block that can convert liquids. Is that the one we looked at earlier that's a steam one? No, that's... Okay, this is the beginning of him doing this XP thing. He just didn't have a name for it then, I guess. Refactor to package and class name. Fixed issue where all the blocks allowed mobs to spawn, so that's good. So apparently his blocks won't allow mobs to spawn now. And then more fixes to the XP converter. See if there's any more commits I can find. Let's see. Added basic frame gen for ore regen. Thought he wasn't doing ore gen at all. What the fuck is an ABS? Small fixes to previously added ABS recipes. Alloy blast smelter. Okay. Added ink sacks to the fish trap. We already talked about that. Wait a minute. He showed me a picture yesterday of that handheld thing. Does it say the name of it? There we go. It's called a transponder. Apparently. And he doesn't have it in yet. Apparently. He must not got it all the way working yet. Damn it. I so badly wanted one of those things. Yeah, it looks like I was spelling it right. Damn it. There. Well, no, that's the wrong one. Never mind. I was getting all happy and it, not it. Okay. So apparently he hasn't gotten it in yet, but it's basically like a PDA. You can put your data sticks in it and read them on the go.
You can stick your data in it?
Yeah. Which I think GT5 should have had this whole time. Because if you're going to make us use the data stick for all the
prospecting.
You should be able to read what's on that stick while you're out there. You shouldn't have to
Yeah.
either make a ton of them, bring them back, print up a bunch of damn books, and then decide what you want to go back out and get, or carry one out, do it, bring it back, you know.
Yeah.
There should be a way of doing it portably. So I cannot wait until he gets that in. He was actually having issues doing the prospecting thing. So actually, let's go do that real quick. I need to make a new data stick. Hopefully I can figure out where Crazy has everything hidden around here. So for a data stick, I need a plastic circuit board, a integrated processor, NAND memory chips, random access memory, fine red alloy wire, and polyethylene sheets. Okay, hopefully she has some of this stuff available. Let's see. Polyethylene sheets, she has that at least. I need 4 of them. Let's see. She has nothing in the circuit assemblers. I thought she had... Let's see if she has it upstairs. Did she move everything up here? She was making something up here, but that's not any of the shit I need. Alright, so... I don't know why she doesn't make a whole bunch of this shit up ahead of time. So, polyethylene sheet will make my plastic circuit board. Do I need a plastic circuit board for the integrated processor? Needs a plastic circuit board, a central processing unit, and SMD shit. I swear she had a lot of these SMDs already made up. If she does, I don't know where she's got them hidden. This is why I don't do circuits. Because I never know where anything is, and because her and I's way of doing things are a lot different. And if I used one of her data sticks she has over there, she'd kill me. Does that mean she'd have to rescan them? Which would cost her whatever the hell it is she had to scan. And she'd really kill me. Wait a minute, don't I have a data stick with my prospector? Okay, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Never mind, Bear's an idiot. I have a data stick on me. Okay, prospector and TNT. Bye, Crazy. Alright, let's go out and do a prospecting job and make sure this thing works. Because he was trying to get this to work for like 12 hours and could not figure out why he couldn't write data to his stick from the prospector. So I want to make sure it's working properly. So I haven't done any prospecting out this direction. And you guys are just going to want to fuck with me, and I'm not going to like that. So let's go around this way, because I don't even have my sword on me. Where's my sword? There we go. Let's go through the winter bee base I've never done anything with. I built it. And I put a bee house in it with nothing in it. I did a lot of hard work on that place.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Alright. Let's come right over here by this lava pit. And prospect over here. Let's see what we can find. Now watch me find a great thing of oil. You go there. Let me knock the dog snot out of a couple bad things that want to fuck with me. Come here, you little bastard. Don't run away from me. Thank you. I hear you, zombie. Fuck off. Where you at, jerkface? Come here. Come here. I'll beat you up, too. I want you to feel left out. Alright, so click that with the TNT. It'll do its thing. And we click it, and raw prospecting data. So yeah, it works perfectly fine for me. I don't know what his problem was. He could not get it to work. Alright, so let's go see what we have here. And then I think we're going to end it, because I've done pretty much all I really planned on doing, which was a whole lot of looking at NEI and trying to say stupid languages that I can't, or stupid words I can't say. Basically, this B building I built is a close rebuild of my GT6 base that I had before I went to multiplayer. This is pretty much my old GT6 place. Or very, very similar to it. Next update, I will add flowers. I won't tell you how useful they might be. Greg is adding
AKA not.
Flowers. Great. Just what we needed. Flowers. Do I sound excited?
Yeah, sure.
I hope not. Because I wasn't intending to. Alright, let's scan this fucker. Do we got leather up here? Yes, okay. And this scanning thing, good God, does it really take this long to read a fucking data stick? I can feel the disappointment. Yeah. Alright, now he's got me wondering. I gotta go look at the changelog. GT6 changelog. Is there anything on it other than wee flowers? When roads are enabled, all vanilla and GT6 surface things close the X and Z axis. Oh, close. Things close the X and Z axis ceased to generate regardless of being in the overworld where it is intended or not, such as the Nether, the End, or Twilight. Huh? I don't think he's writing in English. I think he's throwing words into a row and calling it a sentence. When roads were, which he doesn't have an H in were, because ain't were W-H-E-R-E?
That's where. Were is W-E-R-E.
Okay. So he did spell it right. Were enabled, all vanilla and GT6 surface things close. So if there's any villages, they're going to lock the doors? How are they closed? Maybe it's close? Greg! Either your English sucks or my English... Well, I know my English sucks. What the fuck are you trying to say? I am confused. And this basic printer has got to be the slowest dot matrix printer I have ever seen. It really should make the sound that the dot matrix ones used to do. Oh my god. Okay, if it's supposed to be... Oh, I guess that is close. Never mind, I can't read. Things close to the X and Z. So it's the 2 that was fucking me up. You're missing a 2. Things close to the X and Z axes ceased to generate regardless of being in the overworld, where it is intended or not. And I thought the roads wouldn't generate in the Nether, the End, or the Twilight in the first place, so why is that necessary to be in there? If they're not going to be there, why would you say they're not going to be there? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to somebody other than me. It makes sense to me. Alright, so let's see what we got. Processes 1 liter of natural gas. No ores found. Okay, so that place is completely useless. Don't go fucking looking for anything there, apparently. What are these? I wonder if she knows these are in here. There's 2 oak drawers full of something in there. What's up? That would be a cobblestone slab ceiling. That's what's up there. Because I forgot to have the world gen disable things along the X and Z axis by dimension sensitive, so it happened everywhere. Oh! So you were fucking up everything being able to generate in the Twilight, the Nether, and the End, when you only meant to fuck it up in the overworld for the roads, if the roads were enabled. Alright, gotcha. Alright, so that's it. Hopefully Alkalis can explain to me what's wrong with that water washing plant up there, or can figure out how to fix it. Like I said, me and Crazy should do a video tonight, probably getting this bad boy hooked up and running, and we'll probably show making some of the better sapphires, or setting up a way of her making TNT to do so, because we don't even have that set up yet. So have a good one, guys.